you guys have been looking into different ways to make money online, then you've probably come across something about High Ticket Sales Academy along the way. And it's a program created by Chad Alio that teaches people how to become remote high ticket closers, selling coaching programs and online courses. What's up guys, it's Erica here from The In-Between. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any of my future Make Money Online reviews like this one. If you are watching this, then you're probably wondering what this whole business model actually looks like and whether or not high ticket closing is actually something you can start from scratch in 2026. And the whole idea is that instead of cold calling or knocking on doors, you'll simply get on calls with warm leads who are already interested in buying, close the sale, and earn big commissions while working remotely. But before you spend thousands of dollars on a training and start chasing remote closing jobs, I want to break down what's really inside the program, how the whole high ticket closing business model actually works, what people aren't always saying about it up front, and whether or not this is actually something you can still make money online with in 2026, or if you're better off putting all of your time and energy into something that's way more simple, more scalable, and actually builds you a business that you own 100% online, much like the digital assets I've been building for years now that continue to pay me every single month like clockwork. Then go ahead and click on the link in the description below where you'll find a free training that goes over the whole business model in more detail. And just a quick disclaimer before we get started, guys, I'm not affiliated with High Ticket Sales Academy or Chad Aleo in any way. This is all just my honest take based on my own research, experience with high ticket closing, and what other real users are saying about it online. With that being said, let's jump right in. So High Ticket Sales Academy is a remote sales training program created by Chad Aleo, and the whole goal is to teach people how to become high ticket closers, which basically means selling expensive coaching programs, consulting offers, masterminds, and online courses over Zoom or phone calls. So instead of selling physical products, you're basically selling offers that usually cost anywhere from $5,000 up to $50,000 or even more. And the company's whole pitch is that the old way of selling is gone, meaning you don't have to knock on doors or spend all day cold calling. Instead, you'll be talking with warm leads who already booked a call because they're interested in buying. And your job is to answer questions, handle objections, and hopefully close the sale for a commission. Now, inside High Ticket Sales Academy, you get direct training on remote sales, objection handling, closing techniques, and how to guide people through high ticket sales conversations. And the program teaches different frameworks for running discovery calls, handling common objections, building trust, and asking for the sale. Beyond that, there's also coaching, customer support, and guidance on finding remote closing opportunities with coaches, course creators, and online businesses that hire commission-based sales reps. And the whole goal isn't to build your own business, but more so to help you become good enough at sales that another company hires you to close deals for them. Now, when it comes to High Ticket Sales Academy's online rep, you'll obviously find a bunch of student success stories on their main landing page, as you can see here. And over on Trustpilot, the program does have a high rating of around 4.9 stars, with a lot of people saying that the training is well organized and that Chad knows what he's talking about when it comes to sales. You'll also see tons of testimonials from business owners saying that Chad helped them increase their revenue or even train their sales teams. But once you start digging a little bit deeper, a lot of the testimonials focus on Chad's personal results or businesses he helped grow instead of students who joined the program with no experience and built successful remote sales careers afterward. And obviously those two are very different things. Now, with that said, over on Reddit, you'll also find people talking about how competitive remote closing is to begin with and how it's become even worse over the last couple years. A lot of new closers struggle to land their first opportunity because there are simply more people looking for a remote sales job than there used to be, while others mention that even after getting hired, the quality of the offer and the leads matter just as much as your sales ability, which in the case of this program, it can be a little bit iffy. Now, when it comes to the cost, they obviously have a free training that works as a lead magnet that pushes you into their main program. But it's also something that isn't always talked about. And based on what people have shared online, High Ticket Sales Academy reportedly costs somewhere between $5,000 up to $8,000, just depending on the coaching package you choose. But with that being said, guys, the bigger issue here I have isn't really the price, it's more so the business model. Because when you become a remote closer, that means you're still working for somebody else at the end of the day, meaning you don't own your own product, your own leads, you don't control your marketing, you don't control your pricing, and you're basically depending on another company to keep generating appointments for you. And then there's the income itself. Most remote closing jobs are commission-based only, meaning you only get paid if you do close deals. And if you don't close deals, you don't make any money that month. Maybe the leads slow down, or maybe the company changes its offer, or maybe conversions just plain drop. Either way, none of that is under your control, but it still affects your income directly. And because you're relying on another business, you can easily lose your position at any time if sales aren't where they want them to be. So while remote closing definitely has its upsides, it's still another version of trading trading all of your time and energy and skills for income that depends solely on somebody else's business. That's why instead of spending years building somebody else's business, I'd much rather spend all my time and energy building digital assets that belong to me 100% instead. That's why if you guys have been following me for a while now, you already know that I make money online every single month building digital assets. And the whole idea here is pretty simple. You're basically building small websites around local service niches all over the US that people are already searching for every day and need. So think of anything from roofing to fencing or concrete, and ranking those very websites to the top of Google so that they start bringing in real phone calls from customers who are ready to hire somebody. And once those leads do start coming in, that's when you rent out the website and the phone number to a local business owner. And in return, they're more than happy to pay you every single month because all of those leads help their business grow. And one of the biggest differences between building digital assets and any other online business model is the fact that you actually own all of your websites 100%. Meaning if one business owner ever decides they don't want the leads anymore or they don't want to rent the website, you don't lose any of your income, and you simply partner with another business owner in the same niche who wants more customers, and your income keeps going from there. The websites are still yours, the rankings are still yours, and the leads are still yours. For example, as you guys can see here, I built this fencing repair site in Colorado Springs a few years ago at this point, and it still continues to bring in leads to this day without me even having to touch the site. And because you're working in local markets around the US instead of competing globally, that usually translates to low competition and a high demand for scalability. That's why I also built this stucco plaster site that works the same exact way in the same city. And like I said, guys, I don't have to constantly touch the sites for them to keep building their value long term. Once they're ranked, they continue to work in the background while I just focus on building more digital assets in the meantime. And that's what I really like the most about building digital assets. Because instead of hoping somebody gives me an opportunity with their business, I'm creating my own digital assets, and I don't have to worry about somebody cutting me off in an instant. And instead of relying on direct commission checks, I'm making money every single month like clockwork from digital assets I actually own and control 100%. All right, guys, that's it for my full review of the High Ticket Sales Academy. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below so you don't miss out on any future reviews like this one. And if you want to learn more about building digital assets, the same business model I've been using for years now to make money every single month like clockwork, then go ahead and check out the link in the description below where you'll find a free training that covers the whole business model in more detail. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.